we'll start off with the emails. This is I'm only going to do January emails. The December ones are obviously over and done with now. Looking here, we've got one on the Kiwi. It says I've entered an order to go short on the Kiwi today. Check analysis. I've interpreted the lower highs, the fibs and convergence. To be honest, I see the Kiwi is really not doing much at all. Yes, you could say there are lower highs and lower lows, but I think there's I've seen better setups. Fibonacci is yeah, you've got that correct. See recent price action. This is these green ones are RSI convergence. Yes, green lines. Okay. Horizontal resistance. Yeah, 82.28. Trend line resistance. Yes. I like this, that you're risking because you weren't certain that you're going to reduce your risk, but I also prefer, if in doubt, stay out. So the Kiwi dollar, what have we got? This is when you're looking at it. Yeah, to be frank, I think that it really isn't going very much or going any direction. There's no clear trend. And there's more, you've got the 200 EMA, this pink line here, which is pretty well flatlined, and the price is sort of stuck between 81 and 84, 85, and it's just, we've got zero interest in the Kiwi dollar. But if you did take the trade, I dare say you would have been stopped out. So that would have been a little unfortunate. You sent this to me on the 2nd of January. So this was the 3rd, which would have got you in and taken you out on the 4th, unfortunately. Yeah, would have avoided it personally because there's just no clear direction. It's just rather messy, and a lot of the pairs are like that at this point in time anyway. Sounds like a robot. Wow. Okay. Going across to the euro dollar, check this continuation, start of phase 1 long. Again, we're a way away from the 50 EMA. Yes, you're above them. Support, no. 37. Okay. Yeah, I can see that as a got this large resistance though. Have you noted that? Resistance. Well, we said no to it, which is good. Trendline support. Reacting to the 61.8. Okay. If you're going to the 61.8, reacting to the 61.8, but you've drawn this, which means you're looking for extensions. With the 61.8 or looking for, you'd be drawing this or even this one here and seeing what the resistance was, or sorry, what the support. So going from there to there, I suppose you could say the 61.8. Can you guys see those lines clearly? Can you see those Fibonacci lines clearly? Anyone? Very clear? Good, thanks. So you had your fib from across here down, but you're looking for support. So it's the pullback from this high that you're looking for the support on, and obviously that hasn't gone through. So now what we'd be looking for is from that high, looking either there or all the way back down to the original move, which is back here. You can see it's sort of stopped on the 50. Personally, I don't think I think the euro is going further lower. I was looking at it trying to short it in the 4 hour this morning. this little ring high here on the 4 hour and taking it short. I ended up going with the pound on the 4 hour because the pound has got further to go on the daily, back to the 50 EMA, whereas the euro has already back to its 50 EMA. So I thought there was probably more room for movement on the pound. That's what, 5 pips against me at the moment, but that 4 hour selling here. So with the euro, I'm not sure if he got into the trade. Let's have a look. Got into the trade if you went that long. Yeah, just the fib was incorrect. So what if you got into the trade? You might have, that would have been a little nasty too. Okay, so just be a little careful on remembering that if you're looking for support, and you've said here fib retracement support, you've drawn that across there, and you can see 302, 618, 786, so that's resistance. You'll be looking at that as resistance because this is what you've measured. So if we're wanting it to be support, we've got to go from the low to the high in an uptrend. Okay. Next one was on Monday morning, CAD Swiss. There was a gentleman wanting to trade the 4 hour. Daily chart appears that price action is in phase 2. Yeah, the daily chart had finished its phase 2, and the 4 hour was a ring high off that 50. We sort of looked at this the first thing yesterday before I got the shits and threw the thing away. But yeah, this was what I didn't see here was divergence yet. There's Class C divergence. And then when we looked at the live, there was divergence across these highs here. Okay, so there was Class C from this peak to this peak, or Class B, sorry, where you got a similar high. There it's what 83.15, and there it's 80.93. So there was Class A there, but there wasn't any selling. And that's what we suggested, is wait for the selling. And it was this ring high here. You would have gone short underneath that and trying to get that daily phase one, return into phase 1 down again. Preempt that by getting into the phase 2 of the 4 hour a little early. So I'm not sure if this gentleman took the trade, but your entry would have been underneath this low of this bar, and your stop would have been above that, and you'd be sort of tracking okay at this stage. There wasn't a ring high in what you sent me, because that bar wasn't finished, I don't believe. That bar ended up being, well, it was in an inside bar on this MetaTrader. What's this? Is this E-signal? Yeah, E-signal. Yeah, so just verify with your MetaTrader system as well. Okay. Same gentleman also asked about the yen. I'm bullish this pair. That's because I'm bullish the US dollar. There's still a fair way to go on this. There was a low test bar on the 20 EMA. I think we've now placed an engulfing bar. Yeah, now it's an engulfing bar again off the 20. Look, it has been sort of cycling along the 20, but it also has been a long time since it's touched its 50. Has worn off some of that buying momentum, and you could expect it probably have another crack soon to the upside. There is big resistance though from this Fibonacci here, which the whole market is taking into account. We can see that resistance there. We come back to the weekly. It was support and resistance, and we've pulled back off that. So not sure if it will get through there straight away, but it might have a bit of a pullback before it does that. So your analysis on the daily, I don't see any analysis, but on the weekly, yeah, you've highlighted the same Fibonacci, which is good. Weekly, based on it, I should be looking for a long setup here. Look, I also believe that this is, we'll be looking at sort of 110, maybe even 120 in time to come, but you'll be buying the dips. Okay, we're getting back up here to 120 or up here. I don't think it's got the strength to do it at this stage. That resistance there, it needs to pull back and build up some buying sentiment before it can crack through that. I do think it'll get there, but on this move here, possibly not. Another gentleman also looking at the dollar yen. Low test bar off the 20 EMA. I wouldn't be doing 1% off the 20 EMA. Look, it's your account. You guys can trade it. I would certainly not be doing 1% off that. I'd do a 0.5% off the 20 EMA. But yeah, we've got that resistance there, higher highs, yes, support off moving average, yes. Well, it's the 20, so it's not as strong as the 50. Horizontal support, 104, I'll believe you. I'm not sure about that, but I'll believe you. Bullish hidden divergence. Interesting. Bullish hidden divergence. I don't see the bullish hidden divergence. Not sure what you're looking at. Bullish hidden divergence is if you're making, it's when you're making lower highs, lower lows in RSI in an uptrend. So you're looking from, you can see this low here in price. Let's have a look at that low in price, and the RSI is here. And it's about the same when you get there. Let's give you a better example. Well, I suppose, yes, you could say now we have hidden divergence. Wasn't clear on yours, not sure why. Yours seems to be higher. Let's see signal for you, RSI 6. So here we have bullish hidden divergence. You guys hopefully can see that, where you've got price across here and you've got lower highs across here. Yep, that's bullish hidden divergence. That is true. Just doesn't appear on your screenshot. Resistance, yes, there is. So you said no, that's correct. It's a double negative. Fib support. Okay, yep. And trendline support. 1, 2, 3 touches off the fourth. Okay, well, look, you make a good argument. I'd just be concerned about doing the 1% when you're bouncing it off the 20 EMA. Okay. I can't hear you all the time. Can other people hear me? Yes, Francie, it comes and goes, but I'm hoping the recording of it, because it seems testing from my end, but there's not a problem. There's no problem with that. Internet is stable at 100 megabytes per second, so I don't know what the issue is, but I'm hoping that the recording is going to be okay. You can go back to that. That's those two emails. I've been reluctant to touch a number of currencies in the past few weeks, as the majority appear to be bouncing off the 20 EMA rather than the 50. For prop traders, are there situations in which you are okay for us to get a new phase 1 trade off a 20 EMA bounce, or do you expect and prefer that we wait for the 50? Similar to what the Euro CAD appears to be doing this week, or what this dollar yen is. Okay. Euro crosses, Euro CAD. Well, Bounced off the 50. I don't mind you taking trades off the 20. It's just I would not be risking 1% on it. Okay. The audio is related to your mic, as there are times when I can hear you clearly. It is like the mic is just not in the right position or similar some of the time, and so your voice echoes or disappears altogether for many seconds. Okay. I did buy a brand new friggin' headset, so I don't know what that is. Maybe I'll go and get a better one. All right, I'll go back to the office and borrow one of theirs. Okay, so 20 EMA I don't mind, such as here on the Euro CAD or on the dollar yen. On the dollar yen here. Oh, that's the Singapore dollar yen. I remind you taking that trades off that, but I would not risk 1% on it. Okay. And the last one for today, last email for today is a euro dollar. Interested in my comments on the euro dollar because it is contrary to what you said in your report yesterday. All right. So you've got this trend line, this dotted one doesn't mean anything because that's only 2 touches at this stage. And that looks like is that a trumpet? One of those things that Grant talks about. Yes, you've got 2 touches here. It's getting a bit cheeky to try and get the 3rd touch in, and that's not a pure channel. You've got lines going across there. I'm bullish. Oh, okay, so that's what you've seen here, and these dotted lines is the bullish hidden divergence. Okay. 4 more points regarded. Okay, you've got higher highs and higher lows. Yeah, you do. Bullish price above, finding support, RSI convergence. Yeah. Fib retracement support. You're on the 61 at the moment. Resistance in the way. Well, I think there is around 38.50. Hidden divergence correct. Okay, so you got 8, risking 0.5%. My reasoning is, as I write in the or I did write in the report yesterday, is more fundamental, and the fact that I think the US dollar is going to continue to get stronger as they reduce the tapering, or increase the tapering and reduce the quantity of easing. Euro's had a good little run. If we're looking at the, here we're getting lower highs, lower lows, then we pull up on that. And this is a monthly chart now, and we're monthly starting a flat line, which if we go back in time, as far as MetaTrader will allow us, which is not very far at all, 1992, but that's, we're about, if you look at, I don't know if you look in the longer time frame of the euro versus US, we're about the sort of medium, about the average. So what, therefore, from a fundamental point of view, is going to make the euro increase from here to $1.40 or higher, when their economy is not as strong as the US at this point in time, or certainly not showing signs of it. Yeah, I can see you're getting higher highs and higher lows, and you've even got a trend line. You went to there, didn't you? Well, how did you get your trend line to work? Was yours down here, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Look, you make a good argument. My fundamental analysis of the marketplace could be completely wrong, and this particular currency pair could be rallying from here. Personally, I don't see that happening. But if you've got the technical analysis which you have to support your trade, then don't let my views affect your decision making process. Because that all looks reasonably well for a trade. I've looked at the Forex calendar. It looks as though we need to stay away from the euro, the pound, the US crosses due to non-farm payrolls and central bank announcements for the rest of the week. Do you agree? Yes, the calendar is full up this week. We've got trade balance tonight out of the North America, but we've got on Thursday night, we've got the UK and the Euro monetary policy statements, and then non-farms on Saturday morning. Should we stay out? Look, I can't see them doing anything too crazy this week, either any of those banks, the BOE or the ECB. But if you're in doubt or concerned, then yes, you should stay away from the trade. So you get a nice target on that. That's what risking. I can't work that out, but risk reward, sorry, 2.9. That's good. I like that. I prefer to see a little more selling, unless you're doing on the 4 hour and front running it. But even on the daily, you're getting in quite aggressively, and I wonder if you're starting at 0.5%, which is good if if it's aggressive, and then go in with another 0.5% if this confirms with a lower high, lower low today. But your analysis is sound and good, and it certainly has been a strong trend on this pair. It certainly has been a strong trend for some time now. There's a monthly, a weekly, looks overdone and needs to have some sort of pullback. But yeah, having a lower high, lower low today would give you a potential trade. It's been a great pair for us last year. Okay, so that's all the emails for today. So I suppose you guys want me to go through the currency pairs, huh? I don't know. Well, start alphabetically. Aussie CAD. We've got bullish hidden divergence. We've had a nice sort of phase 1, phase 2 on the weekly, and a slide back down again on the daily. Oh, sorry, the slide back down again here. It hasn't produced a lower low yet on the weekly. Yeah, so there's potential to come down and test this low at least on the Aussie CAD. I think there's a bit more weakness to come in the Aussie, so a seller bar by the close of business, or tomorrow morning, if we have a seller bar, there could be a potential trade on Wednesday for this one. Aussie Swiss breaking out a lot. I'll try watching this. Okay. Aussie Swiss, on the other hand, and similar to the Euro Aussie, I presume, upside down, has given us, broke out of this range that it was in for across here, broke out of it nicely, and now Tested the 382 nicely. Tested the 382 nicely, and a potential trade for tomorrow morning on that one. To go short, Aussie Swiss. Should write this down, shouldn't I? For my own benefit. AUD CHF tomorrow. Aussie yen. Oh, look, that's just a dog's breakfast. There's zero interest in that. As you can see, the 200 EMA flat line. There's nothing there. Aussie Kiwi. It's in the middle of nowhere. You're not at the start of the phase one, and you're certainly not at the potentially not at the end of it. And there's certainly no sign of buying yet, with a lot of selling in the last 3 bars. So I'd be leaving that one alone altogether. Aussie Sing, similar to Aussie Swiss, there is you could. Let's have a look at the weekly. Phase 1, phase 2. Yep. Well, we could be coming back down to test these lows at $1.11. That's about 240 pips away. We do. It's not exactly a ring high, but we do have the sellers here around where we expected them. If we've got a horizontal resistance line and done the Fibonacci, then you need to go through your checklist and confirm that you've got everything there that you need. Aussie US, it's a bit similar to the Aussie Kiwi, in the middle of nowhere at the moment, but fundamentally I think, the greenback is going to be stronger. And if it gets through sort of this 88 level, then you'll be looking at 80 pretty quickly. Momentum is certainly giving us, it's come back up and giving us a lot of room for the selling momentum to carry that through the 88 level. However, there's no setup that I'd like to take. CAD Swiss, we've spoken about this. If it's a lower high, lower low, then yes, I'd have a look at that on Wednesday. CAD Yen, tested this and then broke straight through it on the yen weakness. Now we're getting CAD weakness and yen strength. I don't think it broke this high up here. No, it hasn't. So just really sort of tracking sideways on a weekly. And there's nothing really there to suggest there's a trade at this stage. This one's already all the way through, or halfway through its phase 2, more than halfway through its phase 2. 4 hours not giving us an opportunity. But we'd look at see what's going on down here in a couple of days' time, see if there's any sort of buying interest comes back into the market. This has also been a good one for a lot of people. They should have got out over here somewhere. Haven't got in here. There's no reversal bar that got taken out all the way up. Right. What is that? Is that 1,000 pips? If you got in here and out over here, yeah, 140 pips. I wonder if any of you guys took all of that. 900. I got at least 900 pips. No, I didn't. I got some of it, but not all of it. Euro Aussie, similar to the Aussie Swiss, not as clean though as the Aussie Swiss. The Aussie Swiss, yeah, maybe it is as clean. Only back to the 382. You want to see if there's a support level here as to why price is bouncing. Oh, there's a bit of resistance there, isn't there? Quite a large bit of resistance. Last one stopped here off that one there. And now we're there again. You could say that support across here, this low and this low. I'd be very concerned about that resistance level though, that it stopped there in this move, which would suggest that there's probably more to the downside to come. And there may not be enough strength in this to move up. So yeah, there's not a strong enough horizontal. And I'd go back to your Aussie Swiss and look at that one as well to see if that's the case. Euro CAD. Good strong uptrend. There's not much to indicate. This is similar to the CAD Swiss, upside down. Good strong trend in the weekly. I would suggest that you're probably a little bit more to the downside too on that. But if there's a good strong horizontal there, and I'd need to go to E-signal to go back further in time. 44, let's see if then we can get that 44. Yep, yeah. I'd say there's a good strong horizontal across all these highs here. So bounced off that. If this is a higher high and a higher low, then that is something you could look at. Even though I'm bearish Euro, I'm also bearish CAD, and more so. So I might have a look at that tomorrow. Fortunate thing is it's 100 and 200 pip stop at this stage. Well, the CAD Swiss was something similar, was it? What's its stop loss? It's 100 pips. Okay, so that might be a bit better. Euro CAD or CAD Swiss, which one? Well, they're the same trade, so be careful of putting 1% on both. Still sitting around 100, but right. Euro Swiss will skip. Euro Pound. I think this is a bit of a dog's breakfast. I'd rather leave alone. I can't see anything there. Euro Yen, similar to the Swiss Yen. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and I'm not ready to trade it. The 4 hour is not giving us any signals either, but be looking at something down here. Euro Kiwi is we've already covered, is very messy, and this I see as that's something I'd rather leave alone actually. Yeah. Yeah, no thanks. Euro dollar, we covered this one. Fundamentally I'm bearish it, but we're getting potential buying signals with reasonable support resistance around here. Horizontal levels, a higher high and a higher low, and there's a potential there that you could go long, and my fundamentals would be completely incorrect. So the pound Aussie, Also in the middle of nowhere and not looking to trade it. Bullish pound fundamentally. Inside bar at this stage. If it's a higher high and a higher low, would you take it if it bounces off the 20? Only if you can find other reasons to support the trade, such as to why is it bouncing. Then it's not just the 20. The 20 is not strong enough of a reason to do so. And obviously there's nowhere near any Fibonacci retracement. And there we go to that one, which is a weak move. Coming off the 50. So what is it reacting to? That high? That thing? Not yet. Yeah, you'd need to, if you're looking at this, you'd need to go back further in time, which MetaTrader won't give us, but eSignal will, to find why that's reacting to it. Otherwise, I'd suggest that there's probably more to the downside here, because you've had 3 clear days of selling. And with the news out later on Thursday night, it might be an idea to leave it alone. Same with this pair, it's just kind of getting choppy now, like it was back here in October. And I would prefer you to leave that alone at this point. And this is the euro pound upside down, and that's just nuts. Don't touch that. This one, like the euro yen and the Swiss yen, is still in the middle of phase 2. But you might look at it around here if there's a reason to get into it. Again, go through checklists to make sure that you do have a reason. It might be that high there that it comes back off. So that's 63, 63, well, 63 is down here. Okay. So make sure you can see why the market's reacting to it. I'm sure people are looking at this one. There's 2 touches. Getting higher highs and higher lows. Bouncing it off the 50. That looks more like a phase 2 there. Off the 786. Is there a horizontal level? Yep. What else are we looking at? Bit of resistance off these tops here. But that's 2.1, 1,000 pips away. At least 1,000 pips away. So, any sign of buying in here, and then potentially that's something to look at maybe later in the week. GBP, NZD. Pound is just went short the 4 hour as the daily is still in its phase 2. There's nothing there to suggest a trade to go long at this point, and probably nothing to go short unless you go down time frames. So that one's a wait and see. Kiwi yen. It's been jumping along the 20 EMA nicely, hasn't it? Breached its previous high. Has too. Just. That would suggest that there's some resistance here, or quite large resistance from that previous high over here. A lot of selling interest, and the fact that I don't think the Kiwi is going anywhere. This could get quite messy. You've got clear divergence here, Class A divergence, which suggests that there's probably a bit more selling pressure to come. Is there a phase 2 trade in that? Well, you need to sort of be getting in around here, 100 pips for 150 pips, 1 to 1.5. Not ideal, but something in that. Kiwi, I just don't like it. I don't see anything in it. Just chopping either side of the 50 EMA, and the 200's gone flat. Dollar CAD. Also for the month of December is very choppy. We were looking at one other pair like this before. I think it was the Aussie Yen, but there was just nothing there for me. No clear indication, even though we've got this lovely uptrend that we have traded over 2013. I don't see anything worthwhile at this point in time. Yeah, well, some bullish dollar, and hence why I'm long dollar Sing. I really don't see the dollar CAD doing much at all at this point, and there's certainly no entry there for us. Dollar Swiss, again, it's just on the other side of the 50 EMA. No indication of a long entry. Has been in a reasonable downtrend. Found a bit of support here at sort of 88 cents. We got a weekly, monthly. I think that's quite a large support if I remember correctly. Yeah, across here, 90 cents. It's back above that 90 cents level now. No indication to get short just yet, even though it's making lower highs and lower lows. Also, there's no indication for us to get long just yet. This pattern from here to here, so from August to October, has been repeated from October through to the current time, where we've had a phase 1, phase 2, then a new phase 1, and then make a higher high. Phase 1, phase 2, then a new phase 1, and a phase 2 that's made a higher high. So if patterns do repeat, then you could be looking at a lower continuation of this downtrend. Unlikely, but there's no indicator to go long at this point in time either. Dollar Yen we've discussed. Yes, there's bullish divergence, but it's off the 20 EMA, so that's a lot weaker. You'll be looking for a bit stronger indicator, and maybe around here off the 50 EMA, find support and take it long. But it's just a little weak off the 20 EMA. You could argue yourself into the trade for sure. There's nothing at the moment. And dollar Sing, we took this trade last year, early December, taken out over here on this bar for a reasonable profit. It's now set up again on the 4-hour for me some time ago. Can't remember when it was. I think I got in above this bar here. Was it? No. I haven't been cheeky and gone to the 1 hour. I can't remember where my entry was. I think, yeah, okay, it was above this bar here. That's, yeah, it's 26.69. At 75. Yeah, so above this bar here, went in on the 4 hour. And it's slowly sort of not setting the world on fire, but I'd like it to see it get through 27 with conviction, and then we'll be looking at sort of 28. But this is looking reasonably well and good. If you guys have missed it, is there an entry for you? You can't really argue that, can you? I mean, you could on the daily. You could sort of say, well, I'll go above this high, this bar, because that's it's a high test bar, but it's also higher high and higher low. So we've got the buying momentum coming in there. Dollar Rand, it's doing reasonably well. Cycling, broken out of that trend. Sorry, out of the range, and is looking okay at this stage. Might see a phase 2 come in here if we get divergence, which we have got divergence across these two highs here. Got a bit of divergence there. Lower high, lower low might give you a phase 2 opportunity, but the trend is certainly going up. Okay, that's it for today. We've got I'll test the recording and put it up. Next webinar is on Friday, so we'll see how we go from there. If you guys have got any issues or complaints or any ideas on how the service might be better presented, let me know. Yeah, appreciate your time, and you guys have a good couple of days, and I'll chat to you on Friday. Cheers.